Of the Town of Conception Bay South Council, and we start this meeting, as we do with all of our meetings, with the land acknowledgement. The Town of Conception Bay South would like to respectfully acknowledge the territory in which we gather as the ancestral homelands of the Beothuk, and the island of Newfoundland as the ancestral homelands of the Mi'kmaq and Beothuk. We also respectfully acknowledge Labrador as the traditional and ancestral homelands of the Innu of Nitassinan, the Inuit of Nunatsiavut, and the Inuit of Nunatuavut. We strive for respectful partnerships with all the peoples of this province as we search for collective healing and true reconciliation and honor this beautiful land together. And that's something the town did yesterday as it marked Truth and Reconciliation Day on September 30th. I'm proud to do so. Okay, next up, we have adoption of the meeting agenda for tonight. Can I have someone move that? Councillor Barrett, seconded by Councillor Hillier. All in favor? And adoption of the meeting minutes from a couple of weeks ago. Councillor Connors, seconded by Councillor Barrett. All in favor? Contrary minded? Oh. Okay. So we're good to move on? You're okay? Yeah. Okay, fair enough. Oh, there we go. I just got it myself. Technology is wonderful. All right, next up, we have business arising from the minutes, and for the second or third meeting in a row, we actually have something here that I believe Councillor Connors is going to bring forward.
So the motion is...
I'm sorry, just one second, Councillor Connors. I believe we have a couple of councillors.
Yeah, I'm in conflict as I have a family member who works with the business.
Okay, Councillor Hardy and Deputy Mayor Goss.
I'm also in conflict as I have a business relationship with the applicant.
Okay. Councillor Connors.
So the motion is, be it so resolved that the motion be amended to read. This was a motion from a previous meeting. Be it so resolved that in accordance with section 10.23.11 and 4.6 of the Town Development Regulations, application number 4154 received on May 31st, 2024 to alter or / expand the use of an existing building at 40A Foxtrot Access Road from a private garage to a commercial garage and inspection station be approved with the condition that only 1 to 2 inspections are permitted per week. So moved.
Do we have a seconder? Councillor Tilley, second.
So I'm going to make a motion to rescind this, and just to give a little bit of clarification, the committee met with the proponent at the last committee meeting, and the proponent has agreed to go through a process, an amendment process, to alter the regulations so it would be there, but that has to go through a process. So I'm going to make a motion to rescind this motion now.
Do we have a seconder for that motion? Councillor Hillier? Any further discussion? All in favor of rescinding the motion?
Aye.
Contrary minded? Carried. Okay, thank you, Councillor Connors. Okay, next up, we have proclamations, and a few of them tonight, actually, and I'm going to start with the Conception Bay South Fire Department. We have a number of firefighters with us, and a special firefighter, member of the force. I believe we got Sparky here as well. So I'm going to ask all of you folks to come up and join me while we do the proclamation. Come on up here. We have Captain Dave Smith, Lieutenant John O'Connor, Lieutenant Jennifer Whitty, firefighter Sean Lawler, firefighter Chris Murphy, firefighter Brad Connors, firefighter Scott Churchill, and firefighter Noah Wilson joining me. Come on up front. Come up here with me. Yep. This is it's an important proclamation, and it's a long one too, so bear with me. Come on in here. Yeah, join in. Okay. We'll smile, I guess, for the camera first, and then we'll do the proclamation. Good, excellent, thank you. So whereas the town of Conception Bay South is committed to ensuring the safety and security of all those living in and visiting our town, and whereas fire is a serious public safety concern both locally and nationally, and homes are the location where people are at the greatest risk from fire, and whereas roughly 3 out of 5 deaths happen in homes with either no smoke alarms or with no working smoke alarms, and whereas working smoke alarms cut the risk of dying in reported home fires almost in half, and whereas smoke alarms sense smoke well before you can, alerting you to danger in the event of a fire in which you may have as little as 2 minutes to escape safely. And whereas the town of Conception Bay South residents should always install smoke alarms in every sleeping room, outside each separate sleeping room, and on every level of the home. And whereas the town of Conception Bay South residents will make sure their smoke alarms meet the needs of all their family members, including those with sensory or physical disabilities. And whereas the town of Conception Bay South residents should test smoke alarms at least once a month, and whereas residents who have planned and practiced a home fire escape plan are more prepared and will therefore be more likely to survive a fire, and whereas the town of Conception Bay South first responders are dedicated to reducing the occurrence of home fires and home fire injuries through prevention and protection education, and whereas the town of Conception Bay South residents are responsive to public education measures and are able to take personal steps to increase their safety from fire, especially in their homes, and whereas the 2024 Fire Prevention Week theme, Smoke Alarms, Make Them Work For You, serves to remind us the importance of having working smoke alarms in our homes. Therefore, I, Darren Bent, Mayor of Conception Bay South, do hereby proclaim October 6th to 12th, 2024, as Fire Prevention Week throughout the town, and I urge all the people of Conception Bay South to make sure their homes have working smoke alarms and support the many public safety activities and efforts of the Conception Bay South Fire Department. That was a long proclamation, and every word of it important, I can tell you. And so I'll happily sign this proclamation. And just wondering, Chief, is there anyone here maybe to say a few words on behalf of the fire department and fire safety? Sparky?
Sparky doesn't actually speak. Here you go.
Sean's up. There we go.
Like Mayor Ben just talking about with the smoke detectors and stuff, all fire prevention is very important these days, and we can know having our smoke detectors properly operating, make sure we have them in every room and functioning is seconds matter, and it'll help us greatly.
Well, thank you very much, and greatly appreciate you coming here. And Sparky, it's good to see you, and I know next week we're going to see a lot of you, and I believe there's an open house coming up on Sunday from 12:30 to 4 o'clock at the main station in Kelligrews. So looking forward to seeing you, Sparky, and the firefighters there, and bring out the young ones. There's always a bit of fun, and there's always something that they can take away as well on the Fire Prevention Week, and great education is spread throughout our community. Thank you very much for all the work you do and the service you do to our residents and our community. Thank you very much. Okay, you're free to go. Okay, next up, Councillor Butler has a proclamation. Councillor Butler.
Thank you, Your Worship. Proclamation National Seniors Day, October 1st, 2024, which is today. Whereas on October 1st, communities across Canada will join together to recognize National Seniors Day. And whereas seniors in the town of Conception Bay South are present in all aspects of our lives. They are our parents, our grandparents, our teachers, our volunteers, our mentors, our neighbors, and our co-workers. And whereas National Seniors Day focuses on celebrating and recognizing the contributions made by seniors to better their communities, families, workplaces, and whereas every day seniors right here in the town of Conception Bay South make a big difference, and we value what they are doing. Therefore, I, Councillor Butler, a senior, of the town of Conception Bay South, do hereby proclaim October 1, 2024 as National Seniors Day, and urge my fellow citizens to recognize the crucial role played by older Canadians in our community and province. And I gladly sign this today, October 1. Thank you, Your Worship.
Thank you, Councillor Butler, and since you're a senior, I suppose you're not in conflict, are you, for reading that? No. No, you never know with the rules these days, right?
No, I'm not.
Councillor Morris, I believe you have a proclamation for us as well.
Yep, the proclamation Green Sports Day, October 6, 2024. Whereas in 2023, the town of Conception Bay South issued an environmental statement to recognize environmental protection as one of our guiding principles and a key component of our sound municipal operations. Whereas the sports sector has historically been recognized as a framework for improving public health, accelerating the local economy, and facilitating social change in the town of Conception Bay South, and has significant potential to contribute to the town's climate goals. And whereas Green Sports Day has served as an unofficial celebration within the sports sector for green progress regarding greenhouse emission reduction goals, waste reduction targets, increasing equitable opportunities to participate in sports in clean and safe environments, and to encourage continued sustainability efforts. Therefore, I, Councillor Shelley Moores, do hereby proclaim October 6, 2024 as Green Sports Day in the town of Conception Bay South. Thank you.
Thank you, Councillor Moores. And Councillor Hardy.
Thank you, Mayor Bent. So I'll be reading the proclamation for National Breastfeeding Week. National Breastfeeding Week, October 1st to the 7th, 2024. Whereas breastfeeding is recommended for optimal nutrition and healthy growth and development in early months and years of life, and is fundamental to the well-being and prosperity of communities. And whereas breastfeeding has an impact on lifelong health with exclusive breastfeeding for the first 6 months and continued breastfeeding for 2 years and beyond, ensuring that mothers and children receive maximum health benefits. And whereas breastfeeding is one of the most cost-effective preventative strategies for many infections and chronic and acute diseases. And whereas infant feeding is one of the most important decisions that a new family makes. And whereas parents need the support of family, friends, government and health authorities, municipalities, community groups and organizations, businesses and employers. Whereas National Breastfeeding Week provides an opportunity for people to celebrate and to raise public awareness about the importance of breastfeeding and the role everyone can play in normalizing breastfeeding. And whereas the theme for National Breastfeeding Week 2024 is Closing the Gap, Breastfeeding Support for All, which focuses on survival, health, and well-being. It highlights the need for improved breastfeeding support to reduce inequalities that exist in our society. All breastfeeding parents need access to breastfeeding support. It is essential that no one is left behind. Therefore, I, Councillor Melissa Hardy, do hereby proclaim October 1st to the 7th as National Breastfeeding Week in the town of Conception Bay South. Thank you.
Thank you, Councillor Hardy. Next up, we have a few special guests joining us in chambers tonight. This past week, the town of Conception Bay South hosted the first ever Trailway Trek half marathon. And the marathon was an excellent success for the runners. We've gotten lots of positive feedback, but there was one particular runner that has gotten all the attention. And I'm going to ask that runner and his trainers to come up to the front, please. When you're working with animals as to what may happen. Oh, there he comes. Here's Joshua, the Trailway Trek goat. Come right up. Come on up, Heidi. So since Sunday morning, your lives have been a little bit different than beforehand. Just tell me a little bit about what it's been like.
It's been a whirlwind. It's unbelievable how it's went all over the world. And it's literally changes by the minute. Is that right? To what's happening from the local media to the national media to the States. We've had contact from Australia, from the Netherlands, from Scotland, Spain. It's in papers. It's unreal. It's right, and it's gone. And now we're getting this, getting the full deal.
Like I said, when you work with animals.
That's it. Yeah, yeah.
But,
He's used to attention, but this is different. This is something new. This is unreal. Yeah.
And he ran about 4 kilometers up the trailway. How was he afterwards that night?
I was surprised. He was pretty good. He was up around the next day. He kind of relaxed a bit. He didn't run around as much, but it was all good. He was. I figured he'd be pretty stiff even getting up, but he's doing good. Yeah.
Heidi, what's it been like for you? I know that we talked this morning, and I think you were ready to stop answering the phone.
Well, yeah, it's been crazy. I wouldn't have dreamt of this at all. No, it's been busy.
Yeah. Are you still getting calls later today?
Today I had one from the National CTV News, but they got hold of Janine Scott. Janine keeps telling me, Heidi, you keep sending me everybody my way. She had to do a Zoom meeting today, so, yeah.
It's been an amazing couple of days, and we were seeing this going around the world on social media and mainstream media and so forth, and it's brought a lot of attention. Are you wish that you had maybe 3 or 4 more times as many pumpkins this year as you're going to have?
We always sell out, so yeah, I just said coming down. I said, I don't think we got enough pumpkins, so we have about 20 schools booked besides that we always do, and they come for field trips, anywhere from 50 to 100 kids. Yeah.
And Jacob's quite a local star anyway with the pumpkin patch, but and everybody that wants to see him, of course. When does the patch officially open?
Saturday morning at 9 a.m.
Okay, Saturday morning at 9 a.m. You can get a pumpkin and come see Joshua, and he's got his medal on.
Yes.
And I noticed you brought some cheesies with you, so we got a little takeaway. Yep.
He's still a goat, so sometimes he got his own mind. Sometimes you have to pull him. Like yesterday when CBC came, he didn't want to do the story at first, but but he cooperated after. He put on a good show. It was all good. Yeah.
He's shivering.
That's good, and
It's all different.
I assume he's been on some stations tonight as well, and
Yes.
And did you know that the Canadian Running Magazine has a picture of him now? So,
I seen it last night.
so
I
we're
did.
expecting a lot of uptake on the half marathon next year as well.
You can now you can Google Joshua the Goat and just keep scrolling and scrolling and scrolling. It's unbelievable how
Somebody's
much
wants to do a kid's storybook.
Absolutely.
So they're probably going to be talking to you.
Well, that's perfect. That's excellent to hear. So thank you very much for coming. Does anybody want to come up and get a picture here with Jeremy? Yeah. Yeah, we're going to get a group photo here now. Everybody come on up. Trailway Trek Marathon was supposed to be for the 50th anniversary last year. So these medals here, well, you'll never see them again. So we felt that all that you've gone through, you guys deserved a medal yourselves. All right? And maybe we can have Joshua at the finish line again next year, minus the drama in the middle.
I don't go to the dog park no more, see? I'm with the goat now.
That's right, that's right. Yeah, we miss you up there with the puppy, for sure. Okay, well anyways, thank you very much, folks, for coming in. Okay, thank you very much, folks, for coming in, and That'll be a first for CBS Council, I think, you know, but anyway. Okay, next up, we have new business, and Deputy Mayor Goss, you have all kinds of wonderful things in new business to let everybody know about, so we're going to start with you.
Okay, where to start after all of that? I just want to, a couple things. Say thank you. This is Fire Prevention Week, and I want to say thank you to all the firefighters in Conception Bay South for all the hard work that they do. Councillor Hardy and myself and Chief Heffernan recently attended the Canadian Emergency Preparedness and Climate Adaptation Conference. And it was a real eye-opener. There was lots of very interesting presentations regarding emergency preparedness. As you can imagine, firefighting was a very hot topic. Sorry for the pun, but it was a big topic, especially with the forest fires the last couple of years in Canada. So I just want to let the firefighters know how much we appreciate all that they do. And it's being Seniors Week, and we are celebrating our seniors as per the proclamation that Councillor Butler brought forward. And I'm going to take this opportunity to lead into a topic that is pertinent to all of us right now as we're into budget consultations. And tomorrow there is a Seniors Expo at the All Saints Parish Hall from 11 to 3. And Council will be doing a budget pop-up at the Seniors Expo. And this is going to be an opportunity for senior residents to discuss their budget priorities with Council. That is only the start of our budget consultations. On Sunday, October 6th, from 12:30 to 2:30, we're having a budget icebreaker at the CBS Arena. And we'll be there for the first family skate of the season, so come by and share your budget feedback with us at the CBS Arena. Starting Monday, October 7th, we're launching our online citizen budget survey. And this is a really important survey. This tool allows you to directly provide your views on which services should be prioritized for the upcoming budget. All the feedback we gather will be reviewed by your council and shared with the public to ensure the budget aligns with your needs. So please visit our website as soon as this budget survey tool opens up, and that is on Monday, October the 7th. And we will be and there's one more opportunity. If you can't get out to see us, there's an opportunity on Manuels River. We're having a Manuels River Trail Talk on Saturday, October 12th, from 10 a.m. to 11:30. Join us at the Manuels River Trail and take a walk and talk with your council about your thoughts on the budget. So lots of opportunity if you can get out. If you're a senior, we'll see you at the expo tomorrow at All Saints Parish Hall. On Sunday, October 6th, our icebreaker at the arena, the Manuels River Trail Talk on the 12th, and of course our survey tool, which goes live on Monday, October 7th. So have your say, give us your feedback, your thoughts, so we can take that and use it as we deliberate and consult on our budget preparations. That's it for me. Thank you, Mayor.
Thank you, Deputy Mayor Goss. Yeah, the budget consultations this year, Council really wanted to step up the outreach to the community and basically tripled the number of, public opportunities. Last year we had information, I believe, sheets and feedback forms at a number of locations, and this year we're going to be there ourselves to take that feedback, which I'm very pleased about. And then, of course, our online survey, a huge number of people respond to that, which is really helpful. And I know it's easier for a lot of people to do it from the comfort of their own homes, and that's good as well. So we look forward to seeing the results of that. And of course, all of us are always available for residents to reach out and let us know their thoughts and concerns with regards to that. And we'll take all of those into consideration as we get deeper into the budget season. So thank you, Deputy Mayor. And that's something that you lead again this year, the budget, when it comes time sometime in December, I guess usually we're at that.
Yeah, I
so.
can't believe this is going to be my fourth budget.
Your fourth budget.
The fourth one of our term, our
You are a
fourth-year term,
veteran
four-year term.
budgeteer, you are. I'm not sure that's really a word,
don't
but
know.
anyway. Councillor Hardy.
Thank you, Mayor Bent. Also want to send a big shout out to all of our frontline staff and our firefighters. Attending that conference last week was absolutely eye-opening to see what some of the frontline staff go through and some of the things that we can do to help prevent stuff and mitigate stuff moving forward. So hopefully we'll be able to have some stuff added to our toolkits to certainly make everyone safer. Also want to do a congrats to the newly crowned Miss Teen Trinity and Conception, Miss Chloe Jackson. We're so proud to have another strong female ambassador in our beautiful town of Conception Bay South, and I'm sure herself and Megan Coles are going to do great things for the young girls in our town. And I just want to let the residents in the town know we have heard everyone's concerns with regards to some of the odors that have been coming up in the Calgary area. And we're certainly working with some third parties to assess the intermittent odors that seem to be generating from the town's wastewater treatment facility in Calgary. And staff are in contact with the Department of Environment and Climate Change regarding the assessments to date and possible mitigating measures. So certainly want to let residents know that we have heard your concerns and the staff are doing what they can to troubleshoot any solutions with an outside party. And hopefully we'll have some measures or outcomes in the coming weeks. So thank you.
Thank you very much, Councillor Hardy. And yes, it is a concern for a number of residents. I know Councillor Tilley, and he'll probably speak about it if he wants to, but we've heard from a number of residents about that down there, and we're certainly working to see where we can go with that and see what it takes. And I know that anything that we can do to mitigate, I know Councillor Barrett was involved in some media this past week talking about one of the efforts we're starting, and we're going to work towards finding a solution of some sort, at least to make it somewhat better. I know this summer was particularly hot, and that exacerbated some of it, I think, probably as well. But we're going to continue working on that, and hopefully we can find some relief for those residents down in that area. Councillor Moores.
Very different tonight. Thank you, Mayor Bent. I just want to send out a huge congratulations to the Recreation Department and the town for a very successful first half marathon here in the community. It was great to see so many people out running and coming to our community to do that race. It's not an easy one, a half marathon going from Seal Cove to Topsail Beach, but just a huge congrats to everyone. And of course, everyone knows about Joshua the goat, so a huge congrats to the goat as well. That's it for me. Thank you.
Thank you, Councillor Moores. Yeah, and we were down at the finish line. We were thinking about you because you were a great proponent of that half marathon to get it going. Thank you for pushing it along. It took a year longer than we wanted it to, but I think we got it right. And there are some takeaways that we're going to have from that race that'll make it even better for next year. And maybe, hopefully, we can take more people next year. No, I don't know as many goats, but we'll see how that goes. It's worked out pretty good so far this year. Councillor Butler.
Thank you, Your Worship. The only thing I have to add tonight is I look forward to seeing all the seniors at the Seniors Expo tomorrow, and I will be there to talk everything, and particularly maybe a few budget things that you'd like to talk to me about. So I'll be there from 11 until 3 o'clock, and I look forward to seeing everybody tomorrow. Thank you.
Thank you, Councillor Butler. Councillor Tilley.
Thank you, Worship. Just like to send out a shout out to a couple of residents from Ward 3. Councillor Hardy already mentioned one, Chloe Jackson. She was a newly minted Miss Teen Trinity Conception at the annual Trinity Conception pageant. So her mom said she's over the moon and ecstatic with the win. So we look forward to seeing Chloe in Conception South for the next year or so. Secondly, I'd like to send a shout out to Kerry and Andy Cow of their owner-operators of Musically Inclined. Again, this year at the Business Choice Consumer Choice Awards, they won the Best Music School for the record 10th year in a row. So just kudos to those folks. They've been in business now in Kelligrews now for, I believe this is their 30th year and 10th year being voted the best school, so a shout out to those two. I had the opportunity to attend with Councillor Hillier and the Mayor on Saturday at the Richard Parsons Field in Seal Cove as the Kin Club unveiled their new Kin Pavilion. So for those of you that are familiar with the Rotary Club that's located at the park, there's a little pavilion out there so that anyone who wants to get out of the weather to watch a game of softball, the Kin Club were spearheaded that initiative, and with some donations from some local businesses, they were able to see that through fruition, and it was great to be there on Saturday to take part. Thank you.
Thank you, Councillor Tilley. Councillor Hillier.
Yes, Your Worship, just want to tie a couple of events together. Last meeting, I mentioned that October 22nd to 28th had been set aside as Wellbeing Week in the province, and of course, we talked about different forms of well-being, and this past week, if you turn on the media anywhere, you heard people talking about well-being and the importance of well-being and the importance of all the different types of well-being. I heard someone from the Community Sector Council talk about community groups and the importance that they make to the well-being of our communities and our municipalities. And of course, we certainly know that from the number of community groups we have here in Conception Bay South and the things that they do year in and year out. And then, of course, on Saturday, as Councillor Tilley said, we got invited to be part of the grand opening of the Kin Pavilion in Seal Cove. I don't think I can describe it any better than he's done. It was a lovely event. I want to thank them for the work that they put into it, the community sponsors, and certainly all of the community groups that we have in our town and the work that they do. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Councillor Hillier. Councillor Connors.
Thank you, Your Worship. I just gonna be quick tonight. I just wanted to say that I'm very pleased, and I'm sure the residents of the Kelligrews and the residents of in Pond Road, Station Road, and everything is very pleased that we do have a person or a group engaged to look at the smell that's up there, because it is at times a very, very strong smell, and it is our walking trail that people use there, so it is. It's great to see that, and it's great to hear that we got the Department of Environment involved. And I just say that hopefully the residents will bear with us for another little while until we come and find a solution to this or find the problem. So glad to hear that, and that's all for me tonight.
Thank you, Councillor Connors. Councillor Barrett.
Thank you, Your Worship. I just wanted to take a couple minutes to chat a bit more about the half marathon. I know we're all very excited to have brought in our infamous mascot for the half marathon this evening, and it's a real good news story, but I don't want that to overshadow the efforts put forward by the town and the staff in particular to make this past weekend what it was. It took an incredible amount of effort and staff and volunteers, a lot of upfront planning and registration. I mean, we've been chatting about this over a year. We're about a year behind, but I right on time in some respects. So just some quick stats about the event. I want to point out there was over 90 staff and volunteers out on Sunday doing everything from first aid to road marshaling to handing out water to runners. On the day, we had 258 runners participating in the race. The route itself consisted of 21.07 kilometers, which included a mixed course of both the trailway and asphalt, encompassing over 30 intersections along the trailway and the town road. So you can appreciate the cross-cutting departments and the interdepartmental collaboration required for this. And of course, just beyond the day of, the countless hours ahead, spending and trying to plan and logistics, making sure that we can have close to 300 people running from Seal Cove to Topsail in a safe manner on one of the provincial highways, frankly. So I'm incredibly proud of the event. I thought it was a great success. We have our top female finisher, Janelle Simmons. She completed the course in 1 hour and 32 minutes, and the top male was Curtis Walsh. He completed the course in 1 hour and 27 minutes, which is quite the click if you're thinking about 21 kilometers. So the town also wanted to recognize event sponsors for the race as well. We have Randall Financial Group, Sisters in Fitness, whose contributions helped make the event possible. We also had sponsors for the water stations, including Lupin Investments, Canadian Peacekeeping, Veterans Association, Sisters in Fitness, as I mentioned, Supplement King, and the family of Dr. Doug Mallet. So, huge weekend, lots of lessons learned, but lots of successful takeaways, and genuine appreciation to Nick and all the staff, and also the media, our comms that picked up and followed the race closely, and the good news stories that came along with it. It was a great event. Yeah, that's it for me. Thank you, Your Worship.
Thank you, Councillor Barrett. Yeah, just on the race, congratulations to all the runners. I mean, it's a half marathon, and we had an overwhelming response to it. And I know that not everybody that registered was able to make it on race day, but I suspect we're going to have a lot more people looking for spots next year, so we'll have to work on that. And there's always little things that we can improve on, but I've been getting some emails from runners that have been really appreciative of the race, which is great. And congratulations to them. Congratulations to Curtis Walsh and Janelle Simmons for putting in the fastest times for men and women, and all the other age categories and so forth that ran. And I was thinking that if I could run it today, maybe in the 99 plus category, I would probably come in the top 15 or so. So I'll aim for that maybe. But it was a nice event, and it was nice to have so many people come through our community and experience our trailway for the first time as well. They really appreciated that. Just want to do a shout out to some of us, and I'm not sure. I was at JL Beauty Bar. First anniversary celebration that they had just up the road here. They offer all kinds of different services, and congratulations to Josie and all of her staff down there for, when you're a new business and you get past that first year, it's quite a milestone, and congratulations to them. Also, myself, Councillor Barrett, and Councillor Moores, we were at the Chanterelle Playground last weekend, I believe. Was that? Yep. I think we were all there. I didn't dream it, but it was really nice to be able to upgrade that playground off Chanterelle Drive for the families there and the children. It was great to see people out, and we had some help again. Thank you to the recreation staff for doing that, and thank you to the public works staff that helped install and so forth. And we're also looking at other areas around town as well, and it's one of those things we look at when we go into budget. Also, as Councillor Hillier mentioned, the Kin Pavilion, the addition to Richard Parsons Park down there in Seal Cove, just a tremendous addition. Thank you to the cooperators and Ledru's for coming through with the financial support and the supplies to make that possible. And one of the great things about that is, and we recognize, like Councillor Hillier did, the service clubs and all they mean to our community. And that's a service club that constructed a pavilion, or had a pavilion constructed so that they could memorialize the people that were with their club over the years that helped build some of the stuff that we now have in our town. And it's great that they're able to do that for those people who gave so much to our community. And the pavilion is a fantastic spot to watch the ball game. Back far enough so you're not going to get a foul ball. At least I don't think you'll get a foul ball. Take quite a foul ball to get back there. But it's just a wonderful addition to a beautiful park in our community. And we thank the King Club, Lauren Morgan, and his committee for doing that. It was great stuff. What else? Miss Teen Trinity Conception, Chloe Jackson. Yes, congratulations to her. We now have Miss Newfoundland and Miss Teen Newfoundland are from Conception Bay South. So we've got those things cornered now. And congratulations to Chloe And you know, one of the things, and I think we'll probably try to get Chloe in for a meeting over in a couple of weeks maybe. But I got to say, Megan Coles has really set the bar really high for Miss Newfoundland Labrador. She seems to be at everything and supporting everything, and she's an absolute champion of our community and our province, and she's just done a wonderful job, and it's great to see that, having such a hands-on input, you know, when you're in a position like that. I'm going to finish up with just one thing. I want to talk about the illegal use of off-road vehicles on our roads in Conception Bay South, and this is an issue that has been around for years. And I'm not sure what it is. Is it timing, back to school or something? But since the 1st of September, things seem to have ramped up a bit in certain areas. And I'm very pleased that our partnership with the Royal Newfoundland Constabulary is live and well, because they are out on the roads and trying to make a difference when it comes to these sorts of things. In the past couple of weeks, they have issued tickets and seized vehicles in 2 areas of town, one down in Seal Cove area and one up in the Legion Road area. And, you know, they do that, you know, they do that for safety, for the safety of the people using these vehicles and for the safety of the rest of the residents of our town. And we're very pleased that they've been able to do that, and we have reached out to them. They're going to continue to do this. And one of the things that's happening is not only tickets, they're taking the vehicles. They're taking the dirt bikes. They're taking whatever it is you're using and using it illegally on our roads. And that is something that I'm not sure that many parents want to deal with. And I believe in one case a ticket was given to a parent who, with regards to one of these. And they're going to continue to do that throughout the fall. So be warned, if you're using off-road vehicles illegally on our roads, the RNC are looking, and they're out and actively cracking down on it. And, you know, it's absolutely a minority of people that use these vehicles in this manner, but that minority is causing issues for the law-abiding traffic, causing issues for pedestrians, and they're actually probably in some cases putting their own safety in danger. So thank you to the RNC for that, and they will continue enforcing. And I'm going to stop there. And we're going to go to recommendations of the Planning and Development Committee, and that is Chair Gerard Tilley.
Thank you, Your Worship.
Councillor Tilley, I had to declare a conflict on the very first item, 6A, as I reside in close proximity to the proposed development.
Okay. Following our recommendations from our committee meeting held on September 23rd. Item 6A, 119, civic number 1 to civic number 19, All Saints Road. Be it so resolved that all non-refundable application processing and permit fees related to the proposed development of a minor softball clubhouse at 119 All Saints Road be waived. So moved.
Do we have a seconder? We do. Councillor Hardy. Discussion.
Yes, Your Worship, this is a proposed clubhouse for the Conception Bay South minor softball program. They've had a committee struck for the past 4 or 5 years to, I guess, to see their field of dreams come to fruition, and it looks like they're on the road to that, and they're just requesting forgiveness of all the permit and development fees that come along with such a development. So we're only too happy to help out one of our other sporting organizations in the town.
Any other comments? All in favor?
Aye.
Contrary minded? Carried.
Item 6B, 189 Spruce Hill Road. Be it so resolved that in accordance with, I'm sorry, Councillor Butler. Be it so resolved that in accordance with Council's discretionary authority provided by Section 5.3.1 subsection 2 of the town's development regulations, application number 4237 received on July 14th, 2024 for 11.89 square meter accessory building extension at 189 Spruce Hill Road be approved. So moved.
Do we have a seconder? Councillor Hillier. Discussion.
Yes, Your Worship, this is an existing garage that was built with a permit in 2012. Extension was added without, there was an extension added without application sometime between 2019 2021, and the property owners are seeking approval for an extension. The expanded garage meets all the size and setback requirements, so staff is recommending approval.
Any further discussion? All in favor?
Aye.
Contrary minded? Carried.
Item 6C, number 2, Kirkston Avenue. Be it so resolved that in accordance with Council's discretionary authority provided by Section 5.3, subsection 3 of the town's development regulations, application number 4521 received on August 20th, 2024 for a 162.8 square meter accessory building, which is a detached indoor pool, at number 2 Kirkston Avenue be approved, subject to the property owner acquiring sufficient land to accommodate the property boundary setback requirement for the proposed accessory building. So moved.
Do we have a seconder? Councillor Butler. Discussion? All in favor?
Aye.
Contrary minded? Carried.
Item 6D, number 20 Dowdens Road. Be it so resolved that in accordance with Section 15 of the town's fence regulations, application number 4627 received September 10, 2024 for a fence along the side boundary in the front yard at 20 Dowdens Road be approved to a maximum height of 1.2 meters. So moved.
Do we have a seconder? Deputy Mayor Goss. Discussion?
Yes, Your Worship, the original proposal was for a fence for 1.8 meters, but our regulations allow fences in front yard portion of the property to a maximum height of 1.2 meters.
All in favor?
Aye.
Contrary minded? Carried.
Item 6E, number 31 Villanova Road. Be it so resolved that the terms of reference for a land use impact assessment report regarding the development of an extension to the single dwelling at number 31 Villanova Road be approved as presented with the added clause that confirmation of any specific permitting requirements is required for the Provincial Water Resources Management Division. So moved.
Seconder. Councillor Hilliard. Discussion?
Yes, Your Worship, again, a proposed extension to a dwelling. The dwelling and the extension are partially within the moderate geological hazard area, and of course, which triggers a land use assessment which is required. So the draft terms of reference are published. We had one submission with regards to proximity of a waterway. The town's GIS does not show a waterway buffer on that property. However, the Government of Newfoundland and Labrador Wastewater Management Division has primary regulatory authority for developing their waterways. So, of course, we're recommending the approval of the land use impact assessment report as it is. And, of course, any development would require confirmation of permits from the provincial body.
Any other comments? All in favor?
Aye.
Contrary minded? Carried.
Item 6F is number 3, Paddy's Arm Road. Be it so resolved that the terms of reference for land use impact assessment report regarding the development of a single dwelling at number 3 Paddy's Arm Road be approved as presented. So moved.
Seconder. Councillor Moores. Discussion?
Yes, again, Your Worship, this is a proposed dwelling that falls within the moderate geological hazard area, which triggers the land use impact assessment report. The draft terms of reference have been published. We didn't receive no submission, so we're recommending approval of the terms of reference for the land use impact assessment report as is.
Any further comments? All in favor?
Aye.
Contrary minded? Carried.
Item 6G, number 3739 Clooney's Road. Be it so resolved that in accordance with Section 3.12, subsection 1 of the town's development regulations, application number 4539 received on August 22nd, 2024, proposing to subdivide the property at 3739 Clooney's Road into 2 residential lots with a variance to reduce the minimum lot frontage from 50 meters to approximately 14.8 meters for each lot be approved. So moved.
Do we have a seconder? Deputy Mayor Goss. Discussion?
Yes, Your Worship. This is an application to propose subdivide for 2 infill lots. The variance requested again is to reduce frontage from 50 meters to 14.8. We did have put this out to the public. We did receive one submission. They had no objection to the variance. They had some issue with stormwater drainage at the rear of the property, so we're going to recommend approval of the variance request.
Any further discussion? All in favor? Contrary minded? Carried.
And Your Worship, before I read the blanket recommendation report, just want to touch on a few deadline submissions. We received some applications for variances for number 15 and number 17 Maple Oak Path in Kelligrews, and of course and as well 1629 to 1631 Conception Bay Highway. So the deadline for submissions is October 7th for those, and of course we received a discretionary use application as well for 434 Conception Bay Highway, and of course the deadline for submission is October 7th as well. Just keeping up with our public information sessions, tomorrow evening at 7 p.m. we have a public information session regarding a swimming pool regulations amendment and the unserviced infill in the R2 zone amendments as well, so public are invited to attend. And we have a public information session for a rezoning application at number 961 and 963 Conception Bay Highway, and that's scheduled to take place on October 9th at 7 p.m. So be it so resolved that the decisions and discussions of the September 23rd, 2024 Planning and Development Committee meeting be approved as presented. So moved.
Seconder. Councillor Hillier, discussion? All in favor?
Aye.
Contrary minded? Carried.
And that's it from the world of planning.
Thank you, Councillor Tilley. Councillor Hardy with Engineering and Public Works Committee. Thank you.
Thank you, Your Worship. 7A, approval to pay PO 2024-0816. Be it so resolved that approval is given to pay PO 2024-0816 to Sanson Equipment Limited for emergency repairs to SPS 031 at a cost of $26,978.68 plus HST, and funds to be taken from the account as noted. So moved.
Seconder. Councillor Connors, discussion?
Just some emergency repairs that needs to happen to our sewage pumping station at number 31.
Any other
Topsail
discussion?
area.
Yeah. Sorry?
It's located in the Topsail area. It's one of our largest ones.
Any other discussion? All in favor? Contrary minded? Carried.
Okay, before I read out the blanket recommendation, just a couple of reminders for the residents. We do have a bulk waste drop-off this weekend, Saturday, October 5th at the Gateway. Certainly a great time to clean up your yards, to dispose of anything before the winter comes upon us. I'm not really sure if we'll have another one before the fall. I think there's... Okay, we have one more in October, so I guess you get 2 more kicks at the cat before you'll have to go out to Torbay yourself. Also a reminder that now our construction projects are nearing completion, so just want to thank all the public for their patience during these traffic disruptions. I know there are some in the school zones, especially up in Ward 4. We have the sidewalks from Comerford to Cole Thomas, so certainly appreciate everyone there. And we also have a water disruption Friday, October 4th, and it's as part of the Phase 49 water and sewer project. So there's going to be an impact on Braeside Place, Marion Gardens, and Remembrance Square, Town Hall, Library, and the Recreation Complex. So many Town Hall services will be available remotely, and staff are available by phone and email. All right. So I'll read out our blanket recommendation. Be it so resolved that the recommendations and decisions of the Engineering and Public Works Committee held on September 25th, 2024 be accepted as presented. So moved.
We have a seconder. Councillor Morris, discussion? All in favor?
Aye.
Contrary minded?
Thank you.
Thank you, Councillor Hardy. And next up, we have recommendations from Recreation and Leisure, and that would be Councillor Joshua Barrett.
Thank you, Mayor Bent. Just a blanket recommendation this evening, but before I get to that, I did want to acknowledge Seniors Week. A few things a couple of my colleagues have mentioned already, but we are in Seniors Week, and we always try to provide a few different opportunities for seniors to get out and avail of some opportunities, some entertainment, some recreational services as well. And so we have all the details online, but I did want to highlight a few things, such as tomorrow our Walking for Wellness program. We have our Seniors Expo that Councillor Butler will be going to, and we will be having an opportunity to discuss budget priorities there at the event as well. On Thursday, we have a number of recreational opportunities, free skates, swims, and fitness classes for seniors, and there's other lunch and learn events and the like throughout the week as well. So please check online, call the town hall if you need further details, and get out and enjoy these services that we're providing. So on that note, to the blanket recommendation, 8A, Recreation and Leisure Services Committee Report. Be it so resolved that the recommendations and decisions of the Recreation and Leisure Services Committee meeting of September 24th, 2024 be accepted as presented. So moved.
Seconder. Councillor Moores, discussion? All in favor?
Aye.
Contrary minded? Carried. Thank you, Councillor Barrett. Now, we got a big long list here. Recommendations of financial administrative services. Deputy Mayor, start it up.
Thank you, Mayor Bent. I'll make this as quick as possible. The recommendations of the Financial and Administrative Services Committees are as follows. 9A, Policy, Criminal Record and Vulnerable Sector Check. Be it so resolved that the Criminal Record and Vulnerable Sector Check Policy be adopted as presented. So moved.
Do we have a seconder? Councillor Butler, discussion. All in favor?
Aye.
Contrary minded? Carried.
9B, Human Resources, Facility Operations and Maintenance Manager. Be it so resolved that subject to receipt of acceptable documentation, approval be given to appoint David McCall to the position of Facility Operations and Maintenance Manager per the terms and conditions of the employment contract. So moved.
Seconder. Councillor Hillier, discussion. I know this position has been open for a while, and it's very good to have someone back in that
This
position.
is a new hire from outside, so we
Yeah.
welcome him.
Yeah, welcome David McCall to the fold, and it's it's one of those important jobs, maintenance for
Absolutely.
facilities and so forth. So big job, and congratulations. All in favor?
Aye.
Contrary minded? Carried. Here we are.
9C, Accounts Payable Checks. Be it so resolved that approval be given to pay accounts payable checks totaling $538,742.04 as per the attached report. So moved.
Seconder. Councillor Tilley, discussion. All in favor?
Aye.
Contrary minded? Carried.
9D, Manual Checks. Be it so resolved that approval be given to ratify the payment of manual checks totaling $73,433.48. So moved.
Seconder. Councillor Connors, discussion. All in favor?
Aye.
Contrary minded? Carried.
9E, Direct Payments. Be it so resolved that approval be given to ratify direct payments totaling $590,417.90. So moved.
Seconder. Councillor Barrett, discussion. All in favor?
Aye.
Contrary minded? Carried.
9F, Capital Invoice Approval. Be it so resolved that approval be given to pay capital invoices totaling $396,688.72 as per the attached listing. So moved.
Seconder. Councillor Connors, discussion. All in favor?
Aye.
Contrary minded? Carried.
9G, Tax and Other Receivables Adjustments. Be it so resolved that approval be given to adjust tax and other receivable accounts as presented. So moved.
Seconder. Councillor Butler, discussion. All in favor? Contrary minded? Carried.
9H, Canada Community Building Fund Agreement 2024 to 2034. Be it so resolved that approval be given to accept the new Canada Community Building Fund Agreement 2024 to 2034 with a 2024 to 2029 funding allocation of $6,514,917. So moved.
Do we have a seconder? Yes, Councillor Barrett.
Of course, we're going to second that.
We're all seconding that.
We're all
Put us-
seconding
Put us all
that.
down as seconders
This
on
is,
that one.
Mayor, this is the funding agreement that replaces the gas tax. So this is funds that we will be able to work with over the next 5 years.
It's directly from the federal government back to us.
Directly from the federal government to us.
Yeah, so that's good, and we'll work on that now over the next while. And I understand probably since it's been coming for a while that some of it has already been earmarked. But
Without a doubt.
it's great to finally have the agreement signed and sent off.
Yeah.
Any further discussion? All in favor?
Aye.
Contrary minded? Carried.
9I, waive charges for field rentals to schools. Be it so resolved that approval be given
I'm just
to,
wondering, am I in a conflict on this matter? I think I declared at committee, so I'm going to leave, and you can carry this one through.
Councillor Barrett, can I ask you to bring that forward?
You can indeed, Deputy Mayor. 9I, waive charges for, my apologies, I have a frog in my throat. Waive charges for field rentals to schools. Be it so resolved that approval be given to waive field rental fees for schools for the remainder of the 2024 calendar year. So moved.
Seconder? Councillor Morris? Discussion?
This is a decision that we made certainly as part of the budget process with respect to fees added into our fields for the past year, and we had a careful look at the wording in May of this past year, and we realized as the school year started that there was still some lack of clarity in some areas with respect to what we were charging, and so we just felt it was prudent to waive the fees for the remainder of this year, and so starting next year we can reevaluate and ensure that the schedule of rates and fees, the language articulated in that document, is reflective of the intent of what we had discussed in the budget process.
Okay. All in favor?
Aye.
Contramanded? Motion carried. Thank you, Councillor Barrett.
Thank you. Next, Deputy Mayor, please.
9J, Green and Inclusive Community Building Funds Application. Be it so resolved that the Town of Conception Bay South make application to the 2024 Green and Inclusive Community Building Fund in the amount of $12,500,000. So moved.
Do we have a seconder? Councillor Tilley, discussion.
This is a funding amount. This is a fund by the federal government that became available, and we're just making application. I mean, that's an application against the rest of Canada, and we make applications all the time. Sometimes they work for us, and sometimes they don't. So we're just rolling the dice and putting an application, and if we're approved, we'll move forward with the project.
Who could turn us down? Any further discussion? All in favor?
Aye.
Contrary minded? Carried.
9K, Financial Services Department Report. Be it so resolved that the recommendations of the Financial and Administrative Services Committee meeting held on September 23rd, 2024 be accepted as presented. So moved.
Seconder, Councillor Butler, discussion. All in favor?
Aye.
Contrary minded? Carried.
And that's everything for me this evening. Thank you.
Thank you, Deputy Mayor. Next up, recommendations. Oh, we don't have a committee report there, so Councilor Butler, is there anything you wanted to bring forward? Okay. Other committee reports. We have, so downtown CBS, I'm assuming Councilor Morris. Go ahead.
Yes, we had a meeting last Thursday. So I just want to bring a couple of things. The downtown CBS, I guess, are planning their Halloween activities now, so there's going to be a Halloween movie, details to come. They also had a very successful breakfast a couple weeks ago. And also Christmas planning, at full speed ahead with their involvement with the parade and hot chocolate, et cetera, and a few other things they have planned. And with regards in the community, they have some signage that some is going to be relocated and a new one hopefully coming soon, so keep an eye out for that. They're very busy all the time, which is great to see, and lots of great initiatives. Thank you.
Thank you, Councilor Morris. Any other committees that we serve on outside of the regular committees? Okay, good. So that's it. So we're going to be back here again in 2 weeks' time, October 15th. And thank you, everyone, for your work this couple of weeks. And we will move for an adjournment. Councilor Tilley, seconded by Councilor Butler. All in favor? Contrary minded? Carried. Thank you, everyone.